In the picturesque northwest of Ireland, in County Sligo, in a region known as the Coolera Peninsula, stands Lisheen House. Today, this once magnificent residence is now in ruins, without a roof and covered in ivy, with only crows, ravens and owls as the living residents of the building. Built in the late 19th century by William Phibbs, who inherited estates totalling 1,000 acres in the area, and what at the time was one of the wealthiest men in Ireland. Soon after acquiring his vast inheritance, he decided to build a stately home which would reflect the wealth and power of the family, not only in the local region, but as a statement to the entire west of Ireland as well. The site chosen was in a coastal region approximately 200 yards south of an old house in a townland called Lisheen. Lisheen is shortened for Lisheen na Cúravan, which means the little fort on the white level plain. And this is significant as Lisheen House was located in an area rich in ancient magic, druidic and earlier spiritual atmosphere and heritage. At the time, an incredible sum of almost £6,000 was handed over to construct the home and to fit it out. The house was built in a classical design of 2 square stories, substantial roof on a cornice. The front entrance alone had 7 bays, and the door was recessed behind a tomb doorway with 2 large columns. There was a long gallery on the first floor, lit by an enormous glass skylight, which was subsequently converted into a museum. The house belonged to the Phibbs family until 1938, when suddenly the family left after they could find no one to work for them. The reason for this was the house was deemed haunted and was subject to endless poltergeist activity. The final straw, it was said, was when a coach with 4 horses thundered up the avenue at midnight and stopped at the main door. And this is almost certainly local folklore which covers or masks an even more sinister or terrifying reality surrounding Lisheen House. The reason for the paranormal activity can be directly related back to a time when the second floor long gallery was converted into a museum of Egyptian mummies and Middle Eastern antiquities which were collected by the family member Owen Phibbs. Owen Phibbs was said to be an occultist with links to many Freemasonic and other similar organisations within Ireland. A keen collector of Egyptian antiquities, it was said that the paranormal activity, and in particular the poltergeist manifestations, were directly connected to this acquiring of Egyptian historic artifacts, and that the poltergeist activity was so intense that the house literally consumed itself, and the family quickly made off, selling the furniture as fast as they could, and the house literally collapsed into itself as if some unknown vortex had sucked it from the inside out. To this day, the reputation of Lisheen House is worldwide, as many ghost hunting TV shows from around the world have visited the location, and all have captured strange paranormal activity, from lights moving in the nearby ancient ritual sites, of which the Lisheen townland gets its name, to something I experienced myself. Bricks literally flying off the walls, crashing onto the ground below. And there is truly bizarre graffiti painted on the inside of the location, which only adds to the strangeness and sinister energy which exists there. Could Owen Phibbs have brought back from the Middle East jinns? And what is the relationship between the possible spiritual entities of the jinn connected to the Egyptian antiquities and that of the fairy or other entity activity in the nearby ancient ritual site? You can see in this map, Lisheen House, symbolised by a red square, is extremely close to this ancient druidic site. Whatever the reason may be, there's absolutely no doubt that something profoundly disturbing happened within Lisheen House, and the aftershocks of this spiritual activity exists to the very present. Today, access is almost impossible, and when I tried to fly a drone overhead, the image kept cutting out, and I was unable to get aerial footage of the building. Is Lisheen House Ireland's most haunted building? And is it something way more profound than mere ghosts of the dead haunting this building? Is it in fact a citadel of the jinn?